right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for our third Cookie Rookie training. I hope everybody's sale is going well. And this is a short presentation. We'll take all the questions at the end. So if you just want to hang on and just kind of listen, maybe we'll answer some of them along the way. If not, we'll do our best to answer at the end. All right, so I'm Gail, and with me is Rebecca Frazetta, our product program manager, and Latoya David.
Did I interrupt?
What's that?
Sorry. I was like, hi, everyone. And then you went blank. And I was like, oh, did I do something?
No, my screen wouldn't change. And I'm gonna, there, I don't want to look at this up. Sorry, everything is like moving really slow on my computer. So we're just going to talk a little bit about inventory management tonight. Just do a quick demonstration of how to do girl to troop transfers, troop to troop transfers. We'll talk a little bit about virtual cookie share orders, what to do if you have any damaged orders, and then we'll get to our questions. So I have some slides with some screenshots, but then we can also bring up Smart Cookies and do a real demonstration as well. But this way, if we send you the slides, you'll have some of the images. So troop to girl transfers, and this is actually a link up here to a video from Smart Cookies. But also when you're on in Smart Cookies on the upper right-hand corner, I think we've pointed out before, there's those little white, they almost look like dots, but if you look close, they're all different things. And one of them will actually take you to ABC's YouTube page with all the videos of how to do the different things. So if you're ever stuck on something, click on that and go take a look because it really is helpful. Troop to girl transfers are used to move cookie packages from your troops inventory to the Girl Scouts. Some examples would be when you would transfer would be when a Girl Scout takes cookies to fulfill girl delivered orders, or if you're giving the Girl Scout cookies to go sell in person, like going door to door around their neighborhood, selling to their family. And that gives the girls credit for those cookies.
Yeah, and I just want to add kind of what you said, that all the cookies that you receive through trucks, planned orders, your initial order, anything you get through your Troop Direct ship link, those all have to be transferred to girls because this is a girl program. So we want girls to get full credit for all of those cookies sold. And then that's how we also, their rewards are calculated. So if it's a direct ship order, it's automatically going to calculate to them. But this is for anytime you've gotten cookies from us and you've given those cookies to the parents. So you want to make sure that you're doing those troop to girl transfers, and then for boost sales as well.
So I think, hold on one second, let me see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna switch my screen over to Smart Cookies and then just kind of, hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Can you see Smart Cookies? Oh no, wait, it helps if I actually click the button that says share. Now can you see Smart Cookies?
Yeah. Yep, we can see.
All right. I randomly wrote down a troop number from our Cookie Rookie troops so that I can actually show a real troop. Just give me a second here to switch over. But I just wanted, because otherwise I wouldn't have a troop with any girls to show. So hopefully they don't mind that I'm borrowing their account. And it's a beautiful blue screen. Sorry, it's one of those days. Okay, so when you're here on your troop dashboard, once you've logged in, you're going to go up to the top where it says orders and hover over orders. And then you can see manage orders, transfer order, and so on. So in this case, we're doing a transfer order because we're moving the cookies to the girls. So you'll click on that and you'll see it on the right. You can see your troop number and then it says girl. You're going to click on that and pick one of whichever girl that you're transferring to. And then at the bottom here, you'll click, you're gonna highlight the girl's name and then click apply. And now you have a list of all the cookies. On the right-hand side, you can see it says packages, and you can type in, and it's all in numbers of packages. So if you gave them, if you gave her 10 of each, you would type 10, oops. And I always do that. Okay, so you're gonna go down the list and give her all the cookies that you've transferred to her. There's a space here at the bottom where you can type notes. If you want to make a note of when you gave it to them or something related to why you gave them the cookies. Cookies for girl or delivered orders, cookies for selling door to door, anything that you can think of. And then I'm not going to do it because I don't want to transfer these cookies, but then you need to make sure that you go to the bottom here and click save. Because I don't want to have to remember. I'll do it later. You can also see on the right, it says booth packages. So this is also where you would, what you would use to transfer cookies that were sold at a booth to distribute them amongst the girls who were at the booth that day, so that they get credit for selling at the booth. So it's pretty straightforward. And then you can see that there's other types of transfers, which we'll talk about in a moment. So I'm going to stop sharing that page. Just go back over here. Okay, so back to our slide. So we quickly, just a quick review. Hover over orders, click on transfer order. And then you're going to see that it says troop to girl. Your troop number should pop up. And then you click on the girls to get a list of all the girls in your troop. And then this is a screen that we just ended on where it lists all the varieties of cookies. And then the first column is packages. The second one is booth packages. And then remember at the bottom is the save. So now troop to troop transfer. There may be a time when you swap cookies with another troop. Maybe you have a lot of one variety that you're not selling as much of that variety, but another troop is looking for that type of cookie. So there may be a time where you will transfer cookies to another troop, or they transfer to you. But if you are transferring to another troop, again, you're going to hover over those orders, but this time for the little drop down, you're going to choose troop to troop transfer. And other than that, it's very similar, except for you're going to come up here. So I did this from my dashboard, but your troop number should pop up, and then you're going to, at the bottom, type in the troop number that you are transferring to and click apply. We can go back if anybody needs those demonstrated.
And yeah, and I think that one, also those both transfers are done in packages. So you just want to, keep that in mind if you're transferring, like if you gave them a whole case, if you gave that one girl a whole case, or if you gave this troop a whole case, you have to type in 12. And it'll say once you're in there, and Gail will go into Smart Cookies and show you. So you just want to keep that in mind. That's because sometimes we get people who are like, why isn't this adding up? I don't get it. And then when we go look, it's because you put in cases instead of packages. So once you fix that, it works. Okay. And then I see in a chat says, how come there's no girl to girl transfer? So the reason we used to do that last year and this year, we disabled that function because the girl to girl transfer, it doesn't connect the financial responsibility. So that got a lot of troops in trouble. It got their Smart Cookies really messy. They couldn't figure out, why, they thought troops had paid their dues, but their money wasn't adding up. And then when they were looking at the troop to girl transfers, that was the problem. And ABC, the company that takes care of Smart Cookies, they confirmed that. They said they really don't recommend that function because when it was created, it doesn't create a financial accountability. So It looks like, hey, the girl got cookies, but it also doesn't connect it to the inventory as well. So, if everybody kept like perfect inventory and perfect spreadsheets, it would probably be fine. But since people don't, it really messed up a lot of accounts. So, troops thought, oh, well, girls, they got these cookies, but it didn't create the financial balance due. So then they thought that, the parent was paid and they weren't. And then it also like it doesn't pull from the troop inventory. So when you do a troop to girl transfer, and then you run your troop on hand inventory report, all of the cookies that you just transferred to that girl will be deducted. When you do a girl to girl transfer, it doesn't like affect your inventory. So then that also caused problems. So last year and this year were the first 2 years that we did not enable that function, just because so far it really helped alleviate from a lot of problems that we had to fix 2 years ago. So I hope that helps. But if a girl, if you have a girl in your troop who gave another girl to, to the other parent, you really want them to give it back to you first, because you really want to account for that inventory. So, like if a mom A gives it to mom B, there's no receipt. So then how do you know, like mom B could say, wait, we don't owe you the money. We didn't get those cookies. So, all of like the inventory changing hands really should come from you so that you can account, because, each box of cookies is $6. So, you really, if the parent says, oh, I don't have them, or parent B needs them, I know it's extra work, but think of it as a shop. You really want to account for that inventory, because the parents don't have receipt books, they don't get somebody to sign. And then when you have like unaccounted for cookies, or you say, you think this parent should have 12 boxes, and she says, oh no, well, I gave them to, parent B, I gave her 6 boxes. But what if parent B says, no, I never got them? Like you have no way to show. And then, even though you have parent A sign for them, they might say, well, I'm not going to pay you. Like I gave them to that parent. And now you can cause issues in your troop and bad feelings. So it's really just beneficial for all inventory to run through you. That way you can account for it with your receipts and your spreadsheets, and make sure that the girls get the proper credit, make sure you're getting the proper money. So I hope that helps. So a lot of people don't understand that, but when you look at it that way, it really does. Let's see.
Yeah, a question about distributing cookies for a booth.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
those,
And
ahead.
so smart cookies and digital cookie there's still a tiny bit of a lag time. It's much faster than it was. But there's no rhyme or reason to when transactions are coming through. Like they're just being done in batches. So I've had people who say, oh, well, my boost from Sunday came over, but my boost from Saturday didn't. So you just kind of still have to hang tight a little bit. Um, I had a cookie transfer from another troop for 40 minutes. That didn't show up right away. Yeah. So the inventory issues is in digital cookie is still not 100% connecting to smart cookies. But if you have anything in smart cookies that you do happens immediately. There's no lag time at all in smart cookies. So if you did a troop to troop transfer and you didn't get that yet, email us or plug in your troop numbers and the troop number you got them from so we can look at it. It could be that it wasn't done right, or the troop didn't put that transfer in yet. So any transaction you do in smart cookies has an immediate effect. Smart cookies, their reports will run immediately. Your dashboard, you might have to refresh your dashboard, but as soon as you do a transaction in smart cookies, your reports are going to reflect that. So yeah, if you're missing something, like that you should have gotten from another troop, just let us know and we can look into that. Okay, so booth cookies. So booth cookies, if you want to manually do them yourself, Gail can show you how to do that right now. A lot of troops, there's two ways. You can do like the smart booth divider, which kind of smart cookies figures it out on its own and then, tries to do it as equal as possible. And then there's many troops who just like to calculate them all and do them on their own. So what we'll have, Gail, if you want to show them how to do like a booth transfer of cookies, like,
Right.
that's pretty much the same way of doing a troop to girl transfer. You're just going to put it in another column.
Yeah, so when you're here and you choose the troop to girl, and then you pick a girl who'd been at the booth. So when you go here, you have the rightmost column says booth packages. So if if you sold 15 packages of Adventurefuls at a booth and you had 3 girls there, you're gonna do, and they're all there for the whole time, you're gonna divide that up and give them each 5. So you would put 5 over here where it says booth packages, and so on down the line for each variety.
Yeah, you just, I mean, you just have to, because she did a continuation in the chat, the cookies aren't always going to be equal. The girls aren't all going to be there for 2 hours. So you just kind of have to try to do it your best as equal as possible. I know a lot of troops swap out girls after an hour. Me personally, we always made the same 4 girls stay the whole time, unless they had to leave a little early for an event, but we didn't swap out that many girls just because it got too confusing. But you pretty much, and this is why, again, a lot of troops also just calculate this through the entire sale, and then they add up, how many booths the girls were at, how many cookies, divide it, and just try to give them an average. It's never going to be 100% equal, unless you like the stars are aligned and you sold the exact amount divided by the exact amount of girls. So, you might at the end have a girl who gets an extra package or 2 than another girl. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You do your best to make it as equal as possible. And then, I don't know if we can show the smart booth divider because you have to have a booth in there to show that. I think, Gail, when you click on booth, yeah, it's like it only pops up like after go to my reservations really quickly. Trying to remember.
I'm not, I've
The
never
smart
put-
booth divider, yeah, it's not in there. So the smart booth divider will help you. And then if you go in safety and training, it shows you, left, it shows you like how to do that. But the smart booth divider basically does it the same way. Like it triggers you to select the girls and then it automatically tries to equal it out right from the beginning. And then it'll tell you if there's any, it'll tell you if there's any cookies remaining. Like, okay, we had, like Gail said, you sold 15 packages, there were 3 girls. Or say you sold 15 packages, there were 2 girls, and it's going to automatically give them 7 packages each. And then it's going to tell you, okay, you have 1 more to distribute. So that's just kind of where the smart booth divider comes in. It just saves you from the calculation pretty much. But anything with booth, you always want to do it under the booth column too, because then that won't create a financial responsibility for the parents. Any cookies that are a troop to girl transfer but are in that booth column, the system thinks, well, it was at a booth, the adult there collected money and put that money in the bank account. So it tells the system that those girls' parents don't owe you for that money. Okay, hope that helps.
All right, so just a quick look at what we just talked about before, the troop to troop transfer. So, okay, so even I wasn't sure, I'm in that troop, so you still have to type in your own troop number here. So looking up the troop.
Yeah, because this is from the troop. So it's prompting you, it's asking you who gave the cookies to who. So you want to put in the troop from that.
I wasn't sure if it just automatically assumed it was coming from your own troop.
Yeah, and then you put in who they went to.
Here, if you're transferring cookies to another troop, and once you type in a troop number, it turns blue, and you just click apply. And here, this is also done in packages. So you'll type in the number of packages over here on the right in the boxes. Again, if if you want to put some notes in, it just helps in the future. If you go back to look at an order, you can always look at the notes and then you'll click save. And then one thing I just thought of quickly, a lot of people will say to me, I think I did this transfer, or I think I put in the planned order. You can go back and manage your orders right here. So, and again, under orders, manage orders. I didn't include this in the slides. It just crossed my mind. And then you can see the small at the top of the white above the apply search parameters. There's all initial order, planned, restock, transfers, all the way across. So if you need to check on something that you created, so let's say you want to check on one of your troop to girl transfers, you'll drop down transfers, highlight troop to girl, it checks it off, and then click apply here.
Yeah, and we get a lot of people who will come to the screen and say, I don't see anything. You have to at least hit apply search perimeters. So even if you don't check off, it's really great if you check off because then it helps like reduce what you're looking for. Like if you just want to see your planned orders,
Or-
you come there and then you just click on planned and then hit apply search perimeters and it'll pop up only those transactions. So but some people come in and say, oh, it just says 0. But regardless, even if you don't want to narrow down the search, you have to hit apply search perimeters and then it'll pop up all of the transactions you've made in the system.
And then so you can see here, this is all the transfers this troop has made. And if you need to look at one, or you can go all the way to the right, and sometimes there's a little gray bar here. Sometimes depending on your screen, you may need to scroll. This is on my bigger screen, so it does show. You can go over here, you can delete an order if you just really messed it up and you want to start over, you can delete it and start over, or you can edit an order. Editing the order also gives you the chance to take a look at it. So this is where you open back up, just like takes it back to that screen that you were when you created it, and it shows it to you. So you can do the same thing, manage your planned orders. And that's over here. So just like today, for example, we had someone call, they weren't sure if their planned order went through. And that's a way for you to go check yourself. You click on planned orders, on planned, you click apply. I didn't unclick transfer, so it's going to show everything, but if they may not. Oh, yeah, at the bottom, you can see they have a planned order, have a planned order, sorry. And you're able to open that up the same way we did before and just take a look at it. So that's a good thing to remember. It is something that a lot of people aren't aware of, that you can go back in and take a look at things and manage them that way as well.
Okay, let's see questions. If I distribute troop direct shipped orders to girls, does that show up in reporting as a troop to girl transfer? No. So Gail, if you go into orders, I don't know if they have any here. Troop direct shipped orders. So these are orders that come in from your troop direct ship link. So this troop doesn't have any. But if let's see, we can try to find one to show you. But if you had one, the order would pop up there and there would be see this button down there, it says distribute orders to girls. Essentially, you like click on that order and then click distribute orders to girls. And it's going to have you basically do the same thing. It's going to say, okay, this order was 6 boxes, select the girls, and it's kind of like Boost. So any orders that come in from the Troop Direct Ship link are not attached to any girls customer. So those are similar to Booth orders. They won't, whatever girls you select, it won't do a financial transaction to that parent because the troop's already getting that money. It's just basically giving credit to those girls for more packages towards their rewards. So it'll come up as like a direct ship order to them. So that doesn't affect your personal on-hand inventory. So that's why it doesn't come up as a troop to girl transfer. So only things that come up that affect your personal inventory that you've picked from us will, deduct that. Troop direct shipped orders are shipped directly from the baker, so they don't come from your orders. So Tina, I'm not sure what do you mean if those numbers are negative? That's one thing I'm not sure about. Negative.
When you look at those, it shows them
when you go with the transfers, it says like negative, like the Toasties was like -3. That's just how many we're giving them. It's not really a negative.
Like when you're doing in the troop to girl transfer screen, or when you're looking at your
what she means. Hold on one second. I can bring.
Okay. Because if it's in your on-hand inventory report, negative means you gave out too many cookies.
No, I know what she means. Hold on. It's my computer, my internet here. When you see
how they say negative?
Yes. Okay. Yep. That just means that those were the cookies you gave to the girls. Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure
deducting it from your inventory.
Okay.
Yep. And then so if you then did say that girl gave you cookies back, if you did a girl to troop transfer, so that mom gave you those cookies back, when you look on that screen Gail was in, it'll just show a number. It won't have a plus in front of it, but it'll just show a number because that means it was coming back into your troop inventory, if that makes sense.
It does. I just wanted to because my screen looked like that and I thought, oh my gosh, I messed it up because I've never done it before. And I'm like, why are they all negative?
I was like, oh my. So Or-
Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
all the negatives mean it's going from the troop to
Yeah.
the girl. And then you kind of look at it like here to the girl from the troop. And then had we switched it, like just say Symphony gave these 5 packages back, just say, or she was like, Mom, up, nope, the order canceled, we're done, we don't want it. It would be flipped. It would say from Symphony to the troop, but then those numbers would not have the negative in front of it. So you
Perfect.
could
I
do it
know
that
when it's
way.
on their financial report, if it's negative, that's bad.
Yeah,
Right.
like at the very, yeah, like basically negative is if you've over given too many cookies. So, something to remember too, like planned orders aren't showing up in your inventory yet until we approve them. So sometimes parents will, you've gotten your planned order, so they're just doing their paperwork ahead of time and they're like, okay, I know I'm giving these cookies out. So that will create a negative number. But then once we approve that planned order, like the person picks up from the truck or warehouse, those numbers will go away from being negative, like if it all matches.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Um,
So
so let's see. Parents are manually entering the number of offline sales in a digital cookie. Will be their issues later if some of those orders were entered incorrectly. I don't believe so, Brooke. We're still learning about this too. Basically, the bottom line is whatever girls have attached in smart cookies is going to be like their final record. So if their smart cookies account is correct, that's what we'll go from at the end. Obviously the credit card sales are going to shift, but those off-site sales, they're basically looking at it as this is what the parent has gotten with her personal inventory. So she could be adding that up before she gets the cookies from you, or you know what I'm saying, or make a mistake. But whatever you transfer to the girl and whatever online sales she has, that's ultimately going to come through to Smart Cookies, and that's going to be her record. So that's why for you keeping accurate records of like the cookies you give each girl is like key. If the mom says, well, wait a minute, I had 86, but you said you only gave me 80. Well, you can say, hey, these are all the receipts. You only got 80 packages from me. And then if you look at her account and say, oh, wait, but you had 6 direct ship boxes. So yeah, total, you did have 86. But that's why it's really important for you as troop leaders to keep all of those records of every box of cookies that you give to the parents. Let's see. I'm just checking some
okay, the next
questions.
one I see.
Oh, if you search 21604, I think for the virtual, go back
This is the troop that I'm in. When you go to
troop
like here
direction.
to troop direct ship orders, they must have already transferred them because
Oh, okay.
this is under managing them, so you can see them all here.
Oh, yeah. So if they disappear, yeah, once you've um
Transferred.
transferred. Did they disappear though? I thought they still stayed there and said distribute it. At
I
least last year, that's
They
what they
did, you're
did.
right, but no, there's nothing showing here.
Huh. They then maybe they say I remember last year, or maybe actually no, because we were looking on the council end of it, but in the troop they probably disappear.
But
Yeah.
somebody asked how to find the number of boxes she's transferred from the troop direct ship orders. So, I mean, you can
Oh,
look at,
manage orders, yeah. If you want to see that, yeah.
right, so you do the same thing like here, you go to manage orders and you go over to the right and click on, which I had done before, direct ship, and click apply, and then you see them all there we go. And these are all of the ones that were transferred from the direct ship orders.
And I think so if you
Yeah,
scroll
is there a report
down,
that shows them too?
I'm trying to see, these aren't direct ship. Sorry, as I'm covering my thing. Click on hit your blue transfer button, Gail.
My
Up
blue.
there, yeah, where you see where it transfer in the
Oh,
drop down,
yeah.
and then remove that troop to girl.
Oh, you're right.
Because I was like, I'm not seeing these, and then hit apply. Yep. The more buttons you click, the more
Okay,
stuff's
there
gonna
they
come
are.
up. So
Sorry, I didn't
yep.
realize
So
I'm done.
yep. So here's her direct see, and everything's direct ship. So these are all the troop direct shipped orders that have come in. So pretty much you can click and see everything. The only one you don't need to see is that CS donation. I don't know what that is, but and then again, like Gail said, if you go all the way to the right, can you view those orders or no?
There is no scroll bar.
I don't remember. No. Okay.
I mean, there's this. No, it doesn't.
Because those are all like, so direct ship comes directly from an online order to the baker. So there's nothing like we can do to those. So that's why you can't really like view or edit. However, if you really wanted to know what they wore, that order number, you can copy that order number and search it in Digital Cookie. That's where you'll see all the details. But that's how you would see all of the Troop direct shipped orders. And then if you click on, Gail, if you click on transfer again, I just want to see something. Okay, so I think if you run the girl summary report too, that's where you would see if they've gotten Troop direct ship orders calculated to them.
The girl balance summary.
Yeah, check that one. There's so many by girl anymore. It's like we need to get rid of these extra reports that people don't need.
Right there, okay.
So yeah, if you, it's probably not calculating it as like a Troop direct ship, but at the very top you see Smart Cookies direct ship. That's like any of the direct ship. So I think it's going to be any that she got through her own sales link or that you may have transferred to her. So, if you're just not sure with a girl and you're not sure, oh, you know what, I don't know what I gave this girl, run this report, the girl balance summary report. And for each girl, it'll show you exactly how many cookies have been assigned to them, all of their financial transactions. So it's a really good report to see for each girl. Parents are not in Smart Cookies. So only Troop volunteers are in Smart Cookies. They're the only ones who can do transactions in Smart Cookies. If parents are not in Digital Cookie, that's where the girls are at. No, it doesn't matter if they're not in there either, because everything that for WeBase for financial accounting and for rewards is going to come from Smart Cookies. So as long as this Smart Cookies, this system we're in right now is correct and matches everything you've done, you're good and your girls will be good. So, okay, how do we know how many boxes to assign each girl for donated cookies and Smart Cookies? So Gail's going to go into talking about
here.
virtual cookie share now.
1 second. This one. Okay. Well, that's our next topic of conversation. Good transition. All right. So virtual cookie share orders. So cookie share donations purchased as a part of a direct ship order will be automatically credited to the Girl Scouts. So those you should not need to worry about. Any cookie share donation purchased on an in-person or a girl delivered order do require the troop to create a virtual cookie share order. So you need, really the easiest way is for a parent to tell you, hey, I got a girl delivered order and they also purchased 3 cookie shares. And so then you would then go to Smart Cookies and you'll do a virtual cookie share transfer, which we'll look at in a minute. So doing that virtual cookie share order gives the Girl Scout the credit for the cookie share packages so that way they get not just financial, but also the count of packages sold. Direct ship cookies shares will auto-populate in the Girl account and they should display on the dashboard. A prepaid girl delivery order for cookie share is received. The financial transaction will import, but the troop has to create the virtual cookie share order to match that financial transaction. So you're keeping, like I said, you're making sure that the girl is getting credit for that number of packages they've sold. And again, this is when we'll go in, we can swap back to the other screen, but again, it's under orders, it's a virtual cookie share order. And when you go in, I blocked the names out on this one, but it looks like, it looks a little different from the cookie transfer, because this one, you're just transferring the donated the quantity of donated packages of cookies. So let me get back out of this. 1 second here. And we'll go back over here. Okay, you can see that now? So hovering over orders,
Yeah,
going
we
to
can
the
see.
virtual cookie. And you can see it pops up the list of girls. So let's say Emma's mom lets you know that she had, 5 cookie share packages purchased by grandma and grandpa while they were over their house. They maybe don't eat cookies for some reason, or they just wanted to donate and they gave her the money for that. So then you would add 5 over here. And again, it's in packages. And then maybe Ava also told you that she got some from going around her neighborhood. Maybe she sold 10 donations. You're going to put them in and click save.
Sorry, real quick question. Is the only way we know is if the parents tell us? There's no report we can run to say Emma has 5 boxes, Ava's got 20 boxes.
Yeah, so if it comes through the girl link, like the girl delivered link, you could see that in digital cookie. Or like I said, the financial transaction will come over, but it'll just come over as a credit card. So you won't know unless you like run like the report in digital cookie. And when Gail's done, I can kind of go into digital cookie and show you what to look for. So but if it's like an in-person order, like on her order card, or like, oh, here, mom, I don't want to buy it. Like Gail said, say grandma's like, no, I'm not going to buy cookies, but here's $6 due to cookie share. Like they have to tell you. So if it comes on the girl's link as girl delivered, paid for girl delivered, then yeah, I can show you where to find
Yeah,
that
that would be
information.
helpful because that's the problem we're having right now where some parents are thinking they owe less because we ran the financial report and it's like, oh, it says here I only owe $206. And I'm like, well, you've only paid me for X amount of boxes, so you actually owe this amount instead. And she goes, but it says $60 here. But that was
Yeah.
$60 for a donation.
Yeah,
10
yeah,
boxes.
exactly. Because the donations are coming through as paid. We were hoping this year with the ABC would be able, that would have did it because it does it for direct ship, but they weren't unfortunately able in time to fix it for girl delivered so that would have
Mhm.
automatically calculated. But once you create that virtual cookie share order, like Gail just showed you, it'll take that away. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now it accounts for those. So I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna pull a troop up and see. What was the troop? 21604. I'm just gonna try to mimic that screen so it looks similar to
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
share my screen. Yeah, and again, this is my third cookie system, but this is the first time we've had to use 2 systems. So, there's a lot our team is still learning and dealing with GSUSA is kind of the rollout of it, unfortunately, but we're gonna get through it. Oh, you have to enable screen sharing. It won't let me. You might have to make me host again, a co-host again or something.
Hold on a second.
And then I'm going to try to open up a troop view.
Yeah, sorry, I had to find you. Yeah, somehow you weren't co-host anymore.
Okay, and then we'll come back. We'll check. Here we go. Okay, and you guys can see digital cookie. So, I just want to. I'm just gonna. No, I did it wrong. Okay, hold on. And say we're still figuring this out. Okay, so now, and again, this is something like now you want to go into the troop, not the one that says troop site. You just want to go into your troop. It'll say your troop, your number of the service unit. So that's where you can run reports. And when you scroll all the way down and you run all order data, then it takes a minute to populate. And the longer the season goes, a little bit longer it takes because it's got to pull all of the orders that have come in. Okay, and then it's gonna be an Excel report. So I'm gonna make sure. Can you guys see Excel or no?
Not yet. I just see like your spinning wheel.
You can't see Excel?
No, it just still seems.
I think I've got to unshare and
Yeah, I have
reshare.
to keep unsharing and resharing.
Yeah,
Screens.
because it's not my, it's not the internet. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now this is an Excel report that showed up. So if you filter, which is the best way to do it, when you go to order type, and then you want to go, you can just to see just donation, right? So you want to click on donation, in-person delivery with donation, and shipped with donation, because those are any of the 3 orders that they've could have come in, and hit okay. So now this is just going to tell you, here's the girls' names of what girl got it, and then this gives more customer information. But when you go over, scroll to the right, here's your donation packages that they purchased. And then I just want to make sure these are just the subtotals. Yep. And all that stuff. Yep. So here, so if this was your troop and you were like, okay, these are all paid for donations. Now, the only thing, now we talked about if it's shipped with donation, you don't have to create that order. So again, you can even take that one off, because you don't, those, if it was a shipped with donation. So just for example, this customer got, go scroll over here to donation. This customer paid for 2 packages. So this would have already calculated to her. It would already show her 2 virtual cookie share. It would already have given that credit. So if you're just looking for like the on hand, like we were talking about, you just want to look up in-person donation and donation. And now these girls have gotten just donation orders from their sales link. So these, these are the ones right here. You need to give credit for these 21 boxes, but you also have to make sure you give it to the correct girl. So, Amaya has 2 orders, Ava, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
that makes perfect sense, and I love it. Here's my only problem, because I went to go do something else in Digital Cookie.
Mhm.
What if you don't have Microsoft or a Microsoft key? You can't open any of these reports.
So if I know, that's the thing with Digital Cookie too, because at least Smart Cookies, you have the choice of Excel or PDF. If you can't and you need help, just email us. Gail or myself will will create them. We can save them as a PDF and send them to you, and filter out information. So don't worry, we will be sending a lot of things that we would like to see fixed for next year. But that's definitely, let's see. That's definitely one of them, because at least in Smart Cookies, you can download PDF reports. All of the reports right now in Digital Cookie are Excel. So if you have a struggle with that, if you don't have like an Excel, or it won't open to Google or something like that, just email us. We're happy to pull reports and filter them for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's see. I think also too, if you look in orders, see, this is, remember how I said, oh, if you wanted to know, you can search an order number. So this is where, if you have an order number, you can search at right there, and all of the order information will come up. A lot of people say, look, oh, we want to send a thank you card. That's how you can find out. Search the order number and you'll get the customer's name and address if it's a shipped order, and you can send a thank you card. So let's see, let's just go back to chat, see if there's anything else. You can filter to just transfer order type with the girl order detailed summary. Yeah, you should, in the girl order summary, you should be able to, the girl detail, like you're going to see everything the girl does, but you could see by girl. If ship donations aren't showing up in Smart Cookie, send it to me. If you're seeing something in Digital Cookie that hasn't populated to Smart Cookie, Tina, email me or Gail, email us your, troop number, your name, and say, hey, these orders came in, but we're not seeing them in Smart Cookies yet, because there could just be an issue that it hasn't filtered over. How do you report donations given by customers during booths? So, that same thing, that depends. We have, we have troops who do it by booth each day. So, you know, if they say, okay, we got $30 in donations, that's 5 packages, and they just will split it between the girls who work that day. We have troops who just add up their donations for the entire program. And then once, you know, the end of the program, they say, okay, we collected $300 in donations, that's 50 packages. And then they assign them that way. So you would basically, you're gonna like convert them. So you're gonna convert them as it's called the virtual cookie share. So if you assign, say you collected the $300, right? And then you have 50 packages, you have 10 girls in your troop, and you want to be equal. So you're giving each girl, 5 packages, right? So that's gonna, if you do it under the virtual cookie share, the way Gail showed you, it's gonna look like those girls owe that money. But then you just create you can just create a financial transaction. Like you'll deposit that money in your troop account since you already have it. And then you can just create a virtual transaction of a financial transaction to say like cash, and you can put in the notes like donation money. So it's really up to you. And again, if you need help, Gail and I are happy to walk you through some of these things. Every troop's different. Some troops like to just collect it the entire time at all their booths and then do it at the end. They try to divide it as equally as possible. Some do it every single booth and then wrap it up. So it's totally up to you on how you want to account for that. So I emailed about girls direct shipped orders transferring to Smart Cookie as true payment. Yeah, so everybody who's emailed me, I know I'm a little behind. We've sent the first batch to ABC. I'm going to send the second batch tomorrow. ABC is also a little behind. They are there's been a major issue. So councils right now who do their initial orders, like what we did in December, there's many councils, like almost half of them, that are dealing with that right now. And apparently there was a major glitch in Digital Cookie and ABC. So some were quadrupling, doubling orders. So ABC has had to really focus on fixing that and making sure that these council's initial orders were correct. So they asked me to just be patient on fixing these transfer orders because they're a little behind, and their priority now is making sure the council initial orders are correct, and fixing those glitches. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but I'm glad we're not dealing with it too. So I feel bad for my sister councils, but they said just hang tight, give them a little bit longer because they really have to get this initial order issue fixed, and then they will get in to transfer those. So unfortunately, we just have to be patient and hang tight until ABC can fix them. Okay, where in Smart Cookies do we see donation numbers? So if you're looking for, like, you would only see in Smart Cookies if it was the donations that you've already added, or if they were direct ship donations. So again, like Gail had showed, when you manage orders, you can click on, let's see, let me go in and I can show you.
We got it, otherwise I still have it open.
Yeah, let me go into Smart Cookies. And let's see, I'm gonna mimic. What was the troop we were looking at? 21604?
I don't remember numbers for more than like 3 seconds, so that's why I write them down.
Especially if you do so many of it. Okay, yeah. So there's a couple ways. Now, if you're in manage orders, if you want to see what you've already transferred to girls, when you come to your manage order screen, you would click on cookie share and hit apply. So this would show you what you've already created and given credit to. And this troop has given 1 package of credit. You can edit it. This shows you, so Addison, they gave her 1 credit. So you can you can continually come in and update this every time you get an order, and then you save it. So at the end, it would all add. If you were looking at direct shipped orders, so direct ship is the one that automatically calculates. You don't have to do anything. So if you filtered all your direct ship, you would see cookie share. These are the orders that have already come in that have cookie share donations. But those are really the only 2 places that you can see. Again, like I said, if they're coming in through a girls sales link, that's where you would look in Digital Cookie to get that information. So then you can create those virtual cookie shares. And then when you know, or for Boost, then you would come in here, virtual cookie share, and that's where you're going to add it. So again, talking about Boost, you could wait until the very end, and say, well, this troop has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This troop has 10 girls, and just say all 10 girls participated. You can add up all your donations from Boost at the very end and say, okay, now we're just going to equal them out. And then you would just type in, oh, every girl gets 2. And then down here, you could just note, Booth donation cookies split amongst the troop. That way, and then save it. And then if you have individual girls, you can just do it whenever you want to.
I was just asking because I thought maybe I was looking in the wrong place because my shipped donations haven't shown up in Smart Cookie yet. I know you said to email you, but I just thought maybe I was looking in the wrong spot. But I
Yeah,
wasn't.
it's, again, like there's no rhyme or reason, they're much faster than what they were with syncing information now. Like for a while it was like 24 to 36 hours. Now it's pretty quick, but they're still doing it in batches. So like I said, I've had people who are like, oh, my orders, from Monday came through, but my orders from like Saturday or Sunday haven't yet. So I would just hang tight a little bit. And then if you don't see something after like 2 days, then just let us know and we can try to escalate it. Again, unfortunately, right now, because of this like crazy major glitch that's happening with initial orders, I know GSUSA and ABC is really backed up because they're kind of panicking. This is, where all of our, so think of when we all placed our initial order in December. This is what other councils are dealing with now. And they're on like tight deadlines to make sure they get the orders so that they're at the council for when the sale starts. So everybody's just kind of been in panic mode and trying to figure out what's going on and what's happening with this glitch. So I think like their all priority, all attention is on fixing that right now. And then, hopefully as it's been a few days, hopefully as they get that done, then they can shift back to other things. Because they didn't expect that to happen. So again, I'm just glad we're not dealing with it.
Rebecca, can you go back to the screen before this where it showed? I think I'm just reading it wrong. Like if you go back to manage orders, right, and go to direct ship and hit apply.
Yep. So this
Right.
would show all of the direct ship orders that have filtered from Digital Cookie so far.
Okay, so if we look at the first line, the direct ship, there, the bakery is sending 2 Thin Mints, 1 peanut butter, 2 caramel, 1 sandwich.
Yeah, so this is, if it's direct ship, this is coming directly from the bakery. You don't have to give these cookies out. You don't have to give credit to the girls. You don't have to collect payment. This is already done for you. It automatically calculates in the system. So, and again, like you can't
But you don't know what girl it's for.
so no. Hold on. Why?
Right? So like how would I know which girl? Because in the screen that you just had, it showed that the girls didn't have any. So how would I know what girl it's for?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
so yeah, so well, you could then search
Oh, that's a lot of
order
searching.
number. So yeah, so if you go, can you see my screen?
Yes,
So
that's a
I'm
lot
in
of
this,
searching.
I'm in the same troop because I was in Smart Cookies, I was in 21604 and in Digital Cookies. So now I've copied that order number.
Okay.
And here it is. So then this is that order number. So when you click on it, it's going to show you, it gives you the customer details, and then here's the girl's name right here. So yeah,
So then you really have to flip between the two to know which girl for
yeah,
each
so
number.
then when you, so say here's like Amaya, right? And if we go back and go to reports, I wonder if it's this one. Again, sorry, I play around with it for a minute. Okay, so this is just Amaya. So this shows you, and this is the girl cookie order detail summary. So this shows you all the troop to girl, the girl to troop to girl booth, virtual booth, right here. So that was that troop thing that came in. And then here is, so this would connect right here. So that order, actually no, order number is over here. So what was that order number? And if I was just searching, see here, this was that first order that came in for 6 packages. And it says direct ship. So it all connects.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this is, so this, all of these, anything that's in Smart Cookies would be over in Digital Cookie because that's where it's coming from, except for these transfers. All of this is what you do in Smart Cookies. Anything that's direct ship is gonna be her orders from her sales link. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So she has 13. If you were to look up her,
No,
let's
that's
see.
customer. You're not gonna find it there. You need to go.
Oops, nope, sorry. I'm like, I just wanted to work. Okay, what else do I income? Do I have to put her last name too, I think? Okay, Garcia.
You can just do the first couple of letters.
It's very funny. Oh, wait, that's why. So this would show like all of Amaya's orders. So you could see if we were just looking at shift, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I see 13 orders. And then in Smart Cookies, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Yep. So that's kind of how I know it's a lot of extra work this year to make sure everything's come through, but you can see, you know, under orders, you can search each girl and then that's how you can make sure everything's come over. Does that make sense? Troop cookie, my troop orders. So yeah, these are just different Digital Cookie online orders that have come in, you know. So it's a lot of learning. Again, it's like a pain point this year because we're really, you know, especially for new people, like you guys have to learn 2 systems, whereas our other, you know, seasoned volunteers, like they all know Smart Cookies. So they just really kind of had to figure out how to do Digital Cookie. So you guys kind of had it rough this year learning 2 systems, but we're learning it with you. So, you know, we're here to help us any way we can. Okay. So I think that's it. Gail, did you have anything else to present? And then we can just open it up for any last questions.
Just damaged orders quickly.
Oh, yeah. So you have to re-share your screen.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Excuse me.
And I'm not even gonna switch over to, did it share? Okay,
It's showing the PowerPoint, yeah.
yeah, okay, it didn't look like it was at first. Hold on 1 second. So damaged orders are for a package of cookies that you receive. You know, if you open up one of your cases of cookies and inside one of the packages is opened, or we had a couple of situations where someone opened up a case and it was missing a package. Anything, you know, that's related to a damage, you're going to create a damaged order. For damaged orders in excess of 6 packages, you're going to complete the collections adjustment form, which the link is here. The link is also available in Rallyhood under the link section. But again, it's just, again, hovering over orders. You can see where it says damaged order, and it'll pull up a screen like this that lists the varieties of cookies. And on the right-hand side, you just fill in the number of packages. And you can put notes in, you know, what the damage was. You know, package of cookies was crushed or opened, or, you know, cut. You know, sometimes maybe a box was somehow cut through. Doesn't happen often, but it can happen. And then oops, sorry, yikes. And then there's a save at the bottom for that, and that helps us keep track of any cookies that we need to damage out and not have your troop responsible for those cookies. So, do we have any more questions? My chat keeps disappearing off my screen. Sorry, I want to switch around. Now it's completely missing. Where did it-
Okay, so I'm having trouble seeing my on-hand inventory. I haven't received any in my DC account, though I have any cookies transferred to my daughter. So your on-hand inventory report, is that where you're not seeing, Caroline?
Yes, I don't have any, like since the beginning, I haven't had any cookies transferred to her, although like I've been transferring it to her
In
account, like
digital
But
cookie?
you're not seeing them in digital cookie.
right. So I transferred to through ABC Smart Cookies, and everybody else in my troop gets it in their digital cookies account
What's
except for me.
what's your troop number?
86357.
And
I'm
what's your
wondering
daughter's
if
name?
we were having problems with your account. I'm wondering if it is related to that, which it is fixed now, but I wonder if it
Right.
is because of that.
Oh, I don't. Maybe
What's her name?
Amaris Rosado.
Amaris. I just want to look really quickly and see what I can return to admin.
I haven't even logged on to her account because I don't. I'm so scared to mess it up. I only logged on under the troop account so far. I don't want to mess it up again.
No, hopefully it's fine now.
Okay.
Thanks
So I
for your patience.
see Amaris. Yeah, again, we're still like learning this. So I'm still as I play around, I'm like, how do I do this? Just wanna look. So when I looked at her site, it says she's around here, 47 packages to goal. This is the site that you get
Right.
when you
Because I couldn't even like turn off like the gluten free. Like it wasn't like allowing me because I guess there was no cookies on hand.
Okay. So when you log in now, you would see either the parent, the site
Mhm.
lead, or this. And you set up your troop account, right?
I did, yes.
Okay, so that's set. Let's just switch that. So parent, now we're gonna go to the parent view. So this is
Okay.
what I see now. 35 packages credited by troop volunteer. So it looks like you have online sales 65, 68 offline, 26 packages to go. Does this look correct? Ish?
Right, because I've been updating the packages sold offline, like
Mm-hmm.
manually, so I couldn't turn off the gluten free.
My cookies. Okay. So when you go to my cookies, okay, it says, see, this just says 35, which you've given her more than that, right? Have you only transferred
Yes.
35 packages to her? Okay.
Yes. I'm pretty sure I'd give more. So it says on hand now that I have 35.
It just says Ameris's package is 35. This number reflects all packages currently credited by the Troop Cookie volunteer. So did you only transfer in Smart Cookies 35 packages, or you transferred more?
I have to check again. I have
Okay.
since today I have not gone on because I
Do you-
didn't want to.
Okay. Do you want me to
anything up.
turn off caramel chocolate chip while I'm in here?
Yeah, please.
That's
please.
basically, so to do that, you basically, when you log in, you have to go in as the parent. And then when you go under my cookies and you just switch to off. And
Okay.
then you want to just update the delivery settings. So that anytime anybody now gets a girl delivered link, they won't have the option to select caramel chocolate
Okay.
chip. But I just want to see and hear Smart Cookies, what it looks like. Yeah, again, we're definitely what am I looking at? I'm like, what am I looking at? Forgot for a minute. Girl balance summary. Let's just see her 86357. And again, like some people they're emailing us and then it's like we check in and we're like, no, it's fixed. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it is fixed. So yeah, it looks like right now you have transferred her in 51 packages. Non-booth transfers out, but you took one away, so 50 packages. And so yeah, it hasn't updated yet, but it like if you go like when you're under here, no, my cookies right now, it's just showing 35. So it hasn't updated the other 15 to be 50. So that's something we're still seeing like a lag in. And then I would just, see here, it says 35 packages credit, last updated at 1:30. So, it just could be that part hasn't sunk yet. You know what I'm saying? Those last 15 packages that we transferred.
Okay.
Yeah, again, it's not ideal. So it looks like, look like it's missing this packet, this last 15 right here.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all.
So
I
I know
was
it's so
nervous
frustrating.
with the whole. I
Yeah,
appreciate your
I
help,
mean,
though.
we get it. Like, we've all worked in Smart Cookies and everything is instantaneous, which is one of the really great things about Smart Cookies. So it is really frustrating for us. It's frustrating for our volunteers that like things are not syncing fast. And, because we get it, you have a lot of accountability and, so we can only hope that it's going to get better and better. But yeah. So damaged packages of cookies, what do you do with them? So if you have one that was opened and crushed, once you damage it out, you can take a picture of it for your records and throw it away. If it's like non-editable, I mean, sometimes if the whole package was closed, but it was just like crushed, like I would just say, if the kids want to eat it, let them eat it. If the package was damaged and you didn't want to sell it and like no family wants to buy it, you can damage it and like do samples at a booth sale if you want. But kind of what Gail had mentioned is as soon as you get 6 or more packages for the season, you have to send in proof. So I always say, even if you have one, just take a picture, save it in case you have to report the damages later on. If they're open, the package was ripped open somehow, I always say throw them away because you just never know if it's been compromised. But if it's just the package itself was crumbled or looks bent and people want to eat them or you want to put them as samples, like feel free and go ahead. Again, so Gail showed where you only have to upload pictures and submit a request, submit a collection form if it's 6 or more packages. So, and that's the entire season. And unfortunately, the reason we had to do that is because a lot of times at the very end of the season, troops will damage out like whole cases that they never sold. And, we'll delete those unless we see that there's proof to go with it. Because unfortunately, some people just take advantage of that being able to damage anything they want. We used to collect damages and it was just gross. Like I just remember bugs and stuff. So we were like, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to, trust that it's Girl Scouts and people are living by the Girl Scout law. So we stopped that. So yeah, and you can just throw them away if they're open or eat them or, put them at samples. So what does it mean if it says a certain number has been credited? So yep, Gail answered that. That's basically all of the troop to girl transfers that have been issued in Smart Cookies. That's all it means. It's just supposed to all connect so that parents see the same information that you have put in Smart Cookies, because again, parents are not in Smart Cookies. Hopefully this system will eventually sync a lot faster and all the information will be correct. But right now it's just still not adding up. It's still just taking time, to sync. No, unfortunately, this week's going to be the last week of Toastier and Adventurefuls. We even were short, so some troops had to get edited. They had to reduce their order. We cannot get any more from the baker. We've ordered our full allotment plus 5%. So I'm going to post about it. We're going to share probably tomorrow or worst case Thursday, the shipping promotion, the next shipping promotion. So I would recommend once the troop runs out of them, tell their parents, if their parent runs out, shut them off in Digital Cookie, just like how you saw me turn off the gluten-free. And then if customers want them, they can order on the direct ship link and take advantage of the next shipping promotion. Okay, and that's it. Well, thank you everyone for joining. I think next week we're gonna have like an open session again. We're just kind of like you pop on for questions. We can help you troubleshoot anything. I think that's next week. Yes, the 8th. So February 8th. Again, we'll do another open session where we can just kind of answer questions. We can go in the system, help you out, figure things out. And then, we'll have one more after this, I think the week after that, to just kind of talking about wrapping up the program, the things you need to do in the system. So we hope this has been helpful. We're going to share the recording and as always, email Gail or myself if you need any help, and we're happy to help you.